Hey guys, Ryan here from the Las Vegas Lair. Today I'm here with Mr. Valentino. If you don't know, Mr. Valentino was one of the Las Vegas Lair organizers who was featured with myself and the rest of the gang on the cover of Vegas 7 magazine. And now he's climbing up to become one of the top dating coaches in Las Vegas area, specifically structured in direct game and direct approach. We just got back from the mall right now, and we picked up some beautiful women, and I would like to see what's up. What's up? What's with you? What's going on?
Good. Just teaching more guys how to really get over approach anxiety, start to approach more women, and yeah, it's really interesting how you can see someone, go from totally nervous, totally just unsure, not able to approach women, till they get the little tweak in their mind until they can see how this all works, and they can start to approach more women and start to really attract a lot more women. So yeah, I'm just in this video, we're just going to go through a few ideas that you can use right now, that you can implement so you can start to attract more women. So yeah, I'm just some of the things that I'm going to talk to you about in this video, some of the things we were talking about earlier, and I've told you before, and just little tweaks and stuff that when I teach to my clients, I charge $2,000 for.
Right.
So I'm open to just do it right here, right now. So one of them I might as well share right now. It's a lot of guys think that they have to work their way up to get better with women. So they see themselves as oh, I can't approach women, I can't approach hot women, so I'm gonna just work my way up. So they might start approaching fat girls. And then they might start, just boosting their confidence. Which, if, depending on how nervous you are and how uncomfortable you are, it might help to just kind of get on in a little bit initially. But, just kind of my approach, how I started doing these things, I kind of took because I am analytical, I like to look at logic, which is useful in different areas, but sometimes isn't useful with keeping conversations with women. But my thought process was, okay, if I only approach really, really hot women that I'm into or that I'm attracted to, statistically speaking, I'm only gonna end up with really, really hot chicks that I'm into. So, if I approach 20 girls who are really, really hot, I'm gonna get rejected at some point. Like, this is me thinking back when I first started, and I did the math. Say if 80% of the women reject me, there's still a 20% of women. Like 2 out of 10, I'm gonna at least get one really, really hot girl that I'm into. So that was my thought process going into it, and I just, you really have to man up to it. Like, okay, I'm gonna get rejected. And it's okay. You really have to come to that place of fully accepting yourself. Accepting your flaws, accepting, whether I don't feel that I'm good looking enough, I don't feel that, I don't have that much money or, that much material things to offer this girl. Because a lot of guys think like, oh, once I get the car, once I get, the better job, or once I get this other stuff, I'll be able to attract women, which is never the case. I've known guys who, I coached a lot of poker players, and some of these poker players, maybe they had made a lot of money doing poker, and they had the car, they had this, they had the part, the reel, the bachelor pad, and all this stuff, but they didn't have the skills to approach. They didn't have the skills to keep a woman's attention, to get her to light up and smile, little things like that. So, at the end of the day, it's about the skills, the communication skills you are able to communicate with women, and how you're able to get them to take specific actions, like give you their number, give you, stop giving you less, resistance to any physical advances that you want to take. So a lot of this really came down to being really, really clear on what you want and asserting and letting women know exactly what you want up front. So that's why direct game for me, when I first came across in 2007, almost 4 years now, 4 or 5 years now. Yeah, it was a huge game changer, because you can really start to, let women know up front exactly what you want and let them know exactly where you're at, and it's kind of a take it or leave it at that point. So if she takes you up on your offer, so to speak, bam, you guys instant date. You can take her out on a date or a meeting, and then you can just take it from wherever you want. So
Sweet.
so so is there anything you kind of like more things you want me to share to the group?
What kind of guys would you say that you market to most? What kind of guys, in other words, what, maybe stereotype or what kind of clique would a person belong to that would come into, seeking your assistance?
Okay, so a lot of the guys that I work with, they really want to get this area of their life handled, whether it's, approaching women in general, or they want to get a higher quality of women. The type of guys that I coach tend to be in two groups. They tend to be two types of guys. One guy can be in a really negative point in his life when it comes to women. Maybe they were really geeky. They knew that, they wanted to approach women. They never had the confidence to approach them in the first place. Maybe they're really analytical, really technical, and just can't pull the trigger in the first place. And then, sometimes these guys just came out of a divorce, came out of a breakup, just hasn't even made their first approach in the first place. So they're just in a place of not having that much experience, and they're just getting into the game for the first time. And then there's another group of guys who was a specific type of guy who's pretty good with women already, but they want to step up their game to the next level. They want to better understand female psychology. They want to understand what triggers women, what gets them to respond better, how they can better improve their communication skills. And also, these guys want to, be able to handle multiple women. They want to get into better social circles. Overall, they just want to step up the game. They know the value of communication skills and how you can really make a few little tweaks and get better results with women. So whether it's, it might be even like they got one girl that's, kind of, let's see, what's like a common thing that I get guys who are really good with women. It's like, how will I be able to handle, three girls, three different relationships? So it's kind of a time management kind of thing. So, those kind of higher quality problems, so it's more advanced stuff, but, I kind of help the beginner and the more advanced kind of guy.
Awesome. So we were just at the Fashion Show Mall right now, and I saw you do this, I don't know if it was a technique of yours or something that you said, and the girl, she lit up. Now, when we mean approaching, guys, is we see a woman and we just go in and start talking to her. Balls out. Where most guys are going to, stand against the wall with a drink in their hand, and they're going to kind of, hey, check out her. And they look at her ass, and then she walks by. And what do most guys say? Yeah, she was hot, right? Yeah, yeah, I could have got that. Yeah. Well, what we do is we go in and we just talk to the girl. But there's certain scripts, maybe pre-scripted routines that are memorized. You guys have probably seen those around the community, the canned openers. And what do you do? What is your style when you say direct game?
Okay, so when I say direct game, it really comes down to your intention. What specifically do you want? And also, there's some mindsets that go with it, and there's also your intention and just communication style, how you communicate yourself. And also, one of the things that I think it's really, really core, it's this whole idea of becoming more selfish. And it's, if you notice, a lot of the guys, a pattern that I started to notice, a lot of the guys, and I've noticed it myself, is, the times that I haven't been that successful with women was the times I was, me, myself, and other guys who weren't successful with women at the time, we weren't selfish enough.
Okay.
We were more selfless. So if you look at this as a sickness almost, that you need a virus, a mental virus.
Okay.
You can see that the symptom of that would be asking the women, also, what do you want to do, tonight? Or what do you want to do for this date? Or, what should, you're asking for the woman to tell you what to do. And the guy is very selfless. He's not concerned for what he wants. He was concerned more and values more what she wants.
Okay.
He's,
seeking her acceptance.
Yeah, approval, the whole thing. So I really challenge the guys I work with to become more selfish. You need to become selfish because you have needs that need to be met. And if you're not getting those needs met, there's a problem. So, the problem is you're not attracting women, you're not being able to approach, and you're not being selfish enough. You're not being selfish enough. So the way that you would become more selfish is by saying, hey, I thought you were absolutely adorable, cute. I thought you were pretty. And then bam, my name is Doug. You can say, hey, I'm actually really hungry right now. Come with me and let's go grab some to eat. You're telling her what you want. Hey, I like you. I want you to come hang out with me.
Okay.
So you're telling her what you want. You're going to see that a lot of bad boys, women will say, oh, he was so selfish, this and this, but they're still with him. And there's something to that. When you value your needs and you go after what you want, women tend to see that as being more attractive. So, and there is, at some level, if you're a little bit overly selfish, there tends to be a little bit of, problems, whatever. But you want to strike the balance. You don't want to be selfless, but you don't want to be overly selfish. You want to kind of be selfish because your needs are valuable, and you also want to express yourself.
Okay. So, if a guy wanted some coaching from you, and he wanted to really get out there and get this area of his life handled, how would he get in contact with you?
Okay, so one of the ways you can keep in touch with me is, send me an email at valentino@haveherwantingyou.com. And actually, there's a webinar that both of us we're going to be doing, and it's specifically on how to start to approach, how to start to implement direct game. And we're going to go through we're actually going to go through the 7 biggest mistakes that guys make when starting to use direct game, and how to overcome those. And just give you a little bit more strategies on how you can really start to approach more women and overcome rejection specifically.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. You guys seen the link in the bottom of the page. Go ahead and copy and paste that link. Make sure you leave your name and your email so that Kristen and I can get back to you. And I hope to see you in the field soon.